too on Curiosity Stream. With superior armies comes superior weapons. How has innovation mechanized the battlefield? From bullets to battleships and everything in between. It's machinery of warfare. Plus, from the gross to the gourmet. See how that in-flight meal lands on your tray table. On secrets of your airline food. It's all on Curiosity Stream. Annual plans are $20, just $1.67 a month. Visit curiositystream.com.
Spend less time in the laundry room and more time doing the things you love. Introducing the Samsung Smart Top Load Laundry Pair, now available at Lowe's. The washer's large capacity means you can fit more in every load. Plus, its super speed setting washes a full load in only 28 minutes. Shop the smart washer that will streamline laundry day, backed by Lowe's Price Promise. Based on using super speed on a normal cycle with an 8-pound load. Terms apply. See Lowe's.com/price promise for details. U.S. only.
Hey, this is BJ. Thanks for listening to our show's podcast. If you're a fan of all things geeky, you should check out my other podcast, BJ Shea's Geek Nation. We have new episodes every day, and you can check it out at bjgeeknation.com.
Your home is going into foreclosure and you feel like a financial wreck. You don't know where to turn for accurate information. I'm bankruptcy attorney Travis Gagne. Let's talk about some legal options. If we work quickly, we can propose a plan to save your home, modify the loan, or in many cases even eliminate your second mortgage. The consultation is free. I've helped hundreds of people just like you make informed decisions about whether to save their home or exit it on a reasonable, organized timeline. The chapter you choose sets the tone for the next chapter of your life. Please contact me today at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com.
99.9 KISW, the Rock of Seattle.
Did you survive Windstorm 2021?
You know, if not for the power being out, I didn't even know there was a windstorm 2021.
Dude, we woke up and my wife's like, I think the power went out because all of our clocks were at noon or midnight or noon or whatever you want, 12 o'clock.
Yeah.
And I was like, I didn't hear anything. And I was like, I don't think it was anything all that bad. I go outside and everything's knocked over.
Yeah.
I put it up on my Twitter just to show you the casualties. My recycling and my garbage were knocked over.
Oh, that's horrible.
Oh, we will rebuild.
Yeah.
I'm trying, Rev.
Yeah, it was insane. There's still about 300,000 people without power.
Yeah, and I don't have cable. That's more important.
No. Oh, wow. I didn't realize it was that bad. Yeah, we
need our internet so we could watch. I could watch Tatum from work on the baby monitor.
And so you don't have it right now?
No, I can't watch her with her little butt in the air.
Oh, man.
Fortunately, I have screenshots of billions of times where she's doing that so I can pretend.
Yeah, I think you'll be okay.
But yeah, a lot of people lost their power.
Including me. I still don't have it.
You still don't have your power?
No.
Oh, boy.
Yeah. I mean, like,
what about you, Vicky?
I mean, I still had power. There was a lot of stop sign or whatever traffic lights that were out, and there was a lot of debris, but not anything too crazy. Like a lot of bins were over, but I could hear it when I woke up. It was bad.
I didn't hear any of it.
It's so bizarre how it's affected the whole region. Like, you know, like sometimes it'll affect, I don't know, someplace west or someplace north or south. It affected everywhere. I mean, like north, east, south, everybody got it. You know, everybody in those areas got something. Not everybody in the areas themselves, but somebody did get something.
Yeah, 500,000 people without power according to Como.
Oh, it's 500,000.
500,000.
Whoa.
500,000.
Damn.
That is insane. Yeah, when I was driving down on Shaw Road, you know, we have the new Safeway, the new Mod Pizza, and
pardon me,
all that fancy ass stuff. And I didn't even see it because all the lights were out. It was kind of weird.
Yeah. Well, you know, Mercer Island, if everybody's had to keep up with the Joneses, so, well, if your power's out, then my power's out.
Oh, I see how it is.
So that's why, the entire island seems to be out from what I can tell. And Joey, you're up near Northgate. How about you?
I'm like Steve. I didn't even notice until I stepped outside for a second and saw it pouring.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, when you go outside, you get to see the world. I didn't bother stepping outside at all. And I got, I don't know what the brand of my window is. Maybe it's whatever it is.
Glass.
But I can't, brand. Between my hearing, which is not good, and the windows, I didn't even know it was raining out.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I was like, okay, Sarah, she said, oh yeah, we went out last night to go to the store real quick. And it was like you said, it was windy, blowing everything everywhere. And I'm like, I have no clue.
What about Rev? Rev, you got power?
Tacoma?
Apparently, we do have power. I've been actually checking the Tacoma Public Utilities outage map, and technically, we're not supposed to be having power according to the map. I know. But the wife says we do have power, but maybe not internet. So everything's just kind of screwed up.
Man, how could you not have internet, man, but have power? That doesn't seem to be right.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, dude. I mean, if I get power, but I can't watch my TV, well, what am I going to do?
Sit there.
Yeah.
Thanks to Tom on Twitter. He tweeted at me, just said thoughts and prayers. He saw the picture of my garbage just knocked over. I appreciate that, Tom.
Yeah, that was a beating. I didn't realize you had that many casualties. Well, Seattle, we're in the news not just for the big rain and windstorm. We're in the news all because of a fairy princess, a leprechaun, and a troll. Steve will tell you why. He's got the Migs report for you. He'll do that at 6:17 on The Rock.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
New on Curiosity Stream. Deformed trees, mutated wildlife, and no humans for miles. 10 years after the disaster at Fukushima, see what this irradiated ecosystem can teach us about nuclear fallout on Radioactive Forest. Plus, looking for the most diverse marine life on the planet? Dive into the Coral Triangle and experience a frenzy of wildlife you've got to see to believe on nature's greatest secret. It's all on Curiosity Stream. Annual plans are $20, just $1.67 a month. Visit curiositystream.com.
Spend less time in the laundry room and more time doing the things you love. Introducing the Samsung Smart Top Load Laundry Pair, now available at Lowe's. The washer's large capacity means you can fit more in every load. Plus, its super speed setting washes a full load in only 28 minutes. Shop the smart washer that will streamline laundry day, backed by Lowe's Price Promise. Based on using super speed on a normal cycle with an 8-pound load. Terms apply. See Lowe's.com/price promise for details. U.S. only.
Everything is better electrified. Like the guitar, toothbrushes, or cars. And Hyundai has the widest range of electrified vehicles on the market, including the first ever Tucson and Santa Fe plug-in hybrid EVs. You can use electric when you want it or gas when you need it. It's your journey. Evolve it beyond the pump in the 2022 Tucson or Santa Fe plug-in hybrid EVs. Visit your nearest Hyundai dealer or learn more at HyundaiUSA.com. Call 562-314-4603 for complete details.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle.
Well informed on the issues of the day? Not this guy. Live from the KISW News Center in downtown Seattle, this is the Migs Report.
Well, thanks, you guys. Thanks to Advanced Hair Restoration for giving us the Migs Report. And today's the day to get in the bath with your rubber ducky. It's National Rubber Ducky Day.
Rubber ducky.
You're the one.
That's it.
Of course, we do have a rubber ducky already for little Tater Tot. Oh. We also have this sick thing. Well, we have the annoying shark that sings Baby Shark until it has to do it like 20 times before it stops singing, which is ridiculous. But then we got... My mother-in-law just got us like this. It's like a little whale, and it shoots water in the air.
Oh, nice.
She hates it, but I think it's hilarious. Again, I think it's made by someone that was a fan of hallucinogenics because like all these trippy lights go up, and then it's shooting water, and it's pretty rad.
And she doesn't go for it, huh?
Well, she doesn't like the water hitting her. Oh. And it just looks at it like, who the F are you in my bathtub?
Yeah, I don't blame her.
With my rubber ducky and my letters and numbers that I can stick on the tub. Yeah. And I got this son of a bitch spitting water at me.
Yeah.
I think that's what she's saying.
She's got a good point.
She gives it the meanest mug. It's awesome. It's also a very special day today because today is Make Your Dreams Come True Day.
Make your dreams come true.
All right.
Just do it.
So whatever that dream is, make it happen. Maybe your dream is to be in a threesome with a fairy, a leprechaun, or a troll.
I'd like to.
Because that's actually happening here in Seattle, and it's making national news. I don't know if you've heard about this, BJ, but there's a three-person couple. They're called thrupples.
Oh.
And it's happening here in Seattle, and they identify themselves as mythical creatures. There's Lolly, the fairy princess.
Okay.
Gunther, the troll. And Ion, the leprechaun.
Ah.
Here's the interesting part, if none of that was already interesting. They met the troll, because originally it was just a leprechaun and the princess hanging out. So it's just Ion and Lolly. I'm not making this stuff up.
Ion and Lolly. Yeah, okay.
And I'm also like, hey, if this is what makes someone happy, I have no judgment. I just think it's rather interesting. But they met the troll at a party. I guess it was over at a live role-playing, one of the LARPing festivals.
Oh, that's cool.
Brought him into the relationship. Here's the part that's just the most interesting part to me is the troll. He's 6'9" tall.
That is trolls are supposed to be pretty big.
Yeah. I thought trolls were little.
No, trolls are huge. You're thinking of the dumb little trolls.
And I'm thinking of hobbits.
Yeah, trolls can be big.
Oh, okay, then never mind. Yeah. This is not weird at all.
Yeah.
This is very normal.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you see the troll over there at Fremont.
Well, according to Wikipedia, it says trolls may be described as small human-like beings.
I thought trolls were little.
Yeah.
It depends on it depends on which fantasy world you're going to, because trolls can be huge, but then of course there's little troll dolls.
Yeah.
Yeah, so maybe they can't figure out what a troll is.
I think it depends.
The throuple appeared on This Morning, a television show where they talked about all of this.
We are in what we would call, I guess you guys would call a throuple, but it is a closed polycule for those who are familiar with the terminology, meaning we consider ourselves a closed family unit. When we first met, I said, this is how I am and I live, and I am going towards my fairy tale end, and if you're going to be in on that, then here we go. It's all or nothing. And so he said, well, I want to be with you, so I am willing to give that a go and do the things necessary and be in that life.
So it's basically just a poly relationship that likes to dress up and role play.
Yes, 100%.
Oh, well, all right, then. There's nothing wrong with that. I mean,
seem happy.
When you think about all the bad stuff in the world, I really wish all we'd hear about is people like these guys.
Of course. It's just so funny. This is like a big story across the world. Like,
hello,
Seattle throuple.
Yeah.
And it's the troll, the leprechaun, and the fairy.
Yeah, it's a great story.
If I was doing it, I definitely would want a unicorn in my relationship.
Oh, you would?
I think if I'm going to have to pick.
That unicorn, though, is going to give you...
And a centaur.
Oh, a unicorn and a centaur?
Yes.
And then what are you? Are you like what are you?
Steve Miggs.
Oh, you're just a Steve Miggs.
Tastemaker.
That fairy beast. I had no idea. I saw you in Game of Thrones. There, we had the dragons, and we had the Nightwalkers, and Steve Miggs.
So I like to say, okay, people are like, wow, Seattle, some weird stuff's going on over there, but then... you head on over to Quebec in Canada, and they're like, hold our beer, because there's a story that's just great. So in Canada, in some places, they're dealing with the curfew because of the pandemic that's going on. So like, hey, you need to be inside your home by 8 p.m. That's the curfew. Well, a bunch of people were receiving tickets because it's like over 750 tickets were given out because people were breaking curfew. 2 of those tickets went to a couple who thought, you know what, we figured out a way to get around this. And the way they did it is, I got to imagine if you're part of like the law enforcement in Quebec, you're just rolling your eyes because they see a guy and a girl outside. And they're like, okay, they're breaking curfew. They go up to them, and the lady's like, look, part of the deal is we're able to leave our house after 8 p.m. if we need to walk our dog. They don't own a dog, so she put a leash on her boyfriend.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, all right. According to the police, they say the woman said that she was taking her dog out on a walk as allowed under the exceptions, and then pointed at her boyfriend, who apparently is the dog. Though they were fined.
So what does he got to do? Is he going to take a leak outside for them to go, well, all right, then I guess it does work?
I think he's going to be on all fours and also lift up his leg and go potty.
All right.
Otherwise, if he just has a leash around, he's walking on just his 2 legs. That's stupid.
Yeah.
The whole thing is stupid.
All of this is just like, it's just bizarre to think there's a curfew somewhere.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Canada's got that going. At least in Quebec they do. I don't know if all of Canada's doing that, but in Quebec they are.
Quebec likes to do their own thing.
They don't even want to be a part of Canada.
No, they really don't.
I was there when they were trying to leave, succeed Canada and just kind of become their own thing.
Wasn't that because they thought you were a Canadian citizen?
Yes.
Okay.
I was just there for a Green Day concert, man.
Yeah. And then when they realized, oh, he's just an American, all right, we'll stay.
That was epic. We went out for a Green Day concert, and they're just because it's in Montreal. I went to college in Plattsburgh, New York, and so Montreal's just minutes away, half hour, 30 minutes or so. And man, that whole area was just losing their minds. They're just trying to be like, we're done with Canada, and they're yelling and screaming in the streets, and we just wanted to see Green Day.
That was a while ago, wasn't it?
Well, yeah.
Yeah, and they're still in Canada.
Yes.
Yeah,
didn't work out.
Sorry, guys.
All right, good news in the world of football for the Seahawks.
Yes.
6-year contract extension with general manager John Schneider. He's not going to Detroit like some people thought.
Ooh.
So he's good until 2027 draft. That's when his contract will end, which is an interesting thing they bring up is that Pete Carroll's contract ends in the 2025 season. So he's going 2 years longer. Up until now, they've been having their contracts kind of end around the same time. Some think that maybe it's because if Pete decides to say, hey, I'm not coming back for another go-round after this contract, John's still locked in and can then be in charge of whoever they get as the next coach.
That's fascinating.
Makes sense.
Yeah, and that also, and if they decide to send Pete home early, which sometimes happens, then John is still in charge.
Well, they decided to send Brian Schottenheimer home early because, he's no longer the offensive coordinator for the Seahawks. It was an interesting because, for the last couple of days, Pete Carroll's like, yeah, no, everything's good. And then all of a sudden, yesterday, I just go on Twitter and I see the Seahawks put out a tweet that said, Brian Schottenheimer is a fantastic person and coach, and we thank him for the last 3 years. Citing philosophical differences, we have parted ways.
Wow.
Some believe it's because of how the 4th and 1 was handled. Some also believe that it's because Schottenheimer had a different philosophy, as they said, philosophical differences when it comes to how to run the offense. Pete wants to be a run-first team. And, in the beginning of the season, it seemed like it was a pass-heavy team. Then all of a sudden, Pete put the clamp down on it sounds like. And here we are.
Wow.
I don't know what's going to happen next, but, man, it gets you kind of nervous. Like, if it's... who knows what the next offensive coordinator is going to be? I hope it's somebody that knows how to make adjustments when the team's not doing well during a game.
Well, if you're going to be a running team like we remember, then I look at the receiver crew, and like you said, the fullback that we
Michael Robinson.
All those. I mean, Pete, you got to do a whole reload because it doesn't seem like you have the kind of personnel to augment what, of course, the offensive line can do if you're going to be a run-first team.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how to feel about this one. Obviously, something had to change, which is crazy because they had such a productive season offensively. If you just look at it stats-wise, you don't think about how one half was insane, the second half was a struggle. I mean, they were putting up points that they'd never done before, and they were a 12-14. But, of course, the playoffs just were completely red rotten, and they went out with a massive dud.
I think it's the adjustments. It's like, okay, I let Russ cook, and then people basically turn the oven off, and you found no way to get gas. Yep. I mean, I look at that for Schottenheimer, like, how did you not make the adjustment to their adjustments?
And who knows what's going on behind the scenes? I would love to know.
I do, actually.
You do?
I'd like to know.
I would love to know what's going on. Because when Russell Wilson puts out a tweet that's like a love letter, it almost sounds like the script to The Notebook for Brian Schottenheimer, how much he's going to miss the guy.
Well, yeah, because he let Russell throw the ball.
For half the season.
Yeah. Well, the other half, I don't know. I think maybe Pete stepped in.
So it'll be interesting to see who they bring in as far as an offensive coordinator for the Seahawks.
And no word about the defensive coordinator.
No. Well,
that's a shock to me. I mean, really, that's a shock to me.
Well, yeah, because you think about the first half of the season, it was just like, what in the F's going on? And then they seem to have figured it out. Also, some would say they played the second half of the season, they weren't playing very strong offensive teams, which also makes your defense look better.
And Akers shouldn't have been like the all-star that he was.
No.
And that, I mean, that's the problem are we going to be stuck with Ken Norton again?
Well, that's one way to look at it. Stuck with.
Yeah.
Some would say that we're going to continue to go forward with Ken Norton.
I don't like that idea. I really don't. I actually,
Maybe you put Schottenheimer as the defensive coordinator.
I honestly, at this point, I don't know if we can do any worse. I mean, there are other teams that are defensively, coached better than we are.
Yeah.
Look, and I'm not the one to say that. Mitch has been singing that tune for a while.
It's been a weird season, man, because you think about, when it comes to, what coach has been the most under scrutiny, and it seemed like it was Ken Norton, at least for 8 games of the season. I mean, it was red rotten, and here we are now without an offensive coordinator.
Yeah. At some point, I don't know, maybe if things get interesting, we might have to call Mitch just on a lark to see what he thinks about
he's already blocked us.
Oh, he's blocked us.
He blocks us until the season starts again. He doesn't want to talk to us unless it's the Seahawks are playing.
Mitch just filtered us.
Yeah. We've been muted on Twitter.
Okay.
He doesn't even follow us on Twitter.
God.
This is what he does. Mitch is just a man of his own.
I don't understand.
Methods.
He doesn't follow me on Twitter. I follow him.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know what to say about Mitch.
I don't think he follows anyone, to be honest with you.
Well, you know what? I mean, I might have to say, if he really wants that steak and eggs breakfast, Mitch Levy is going to have to follow me on Twitter.
I love that when you go on Twitter, you see somebody, they got all these followers, and then they follow 2 people. I'm like, they're doing it right. They just don't want to deal with anybody's BS.
But you can
deal with my BS, but I'm not dealing with your BS.
You follow me. I mean, I'm almost a somebody. Aren't I?
Debatable.
No? Oh, damn it.
This is an interesting little story about Jared Veld here. I don't know if you know this guy. He's an offensive lineman. He's retired a couple times, got brought out of retirement to play with the Colts on Saturday. But, of course, the Colts ended up losing. And then he just got signed again because of all the COVID things. You can do this right now. They've changed their protocol in the NFL just because, players and teams are sometimes in need of more players because of everything that's going on with COVID. And he just got picked up by the Green Bay Packers.
Oh, this has got to be a record.
It is. He's the first player ever to suit up for 2 teams in the same NFL playoffs.
That's fantastic.
I say, just keep signing him. If the Packers lose, one of the other teams that's still around should sign him. And just keep signing him until he wins the Super Bowl.
Or do you go, you know what, this guy is bad luck. Everywhere he signed, they lose.
Oh, yeah, glasses half full, glasses half empty. It depends on how you want to look at it, BJ.
Alrighty.
All right, big news. Obviously, hockey's going to be starting up today. That's very exciting for all of us hockey fans. One guy that I did not know any of this. I don't know if you know Evander Kane. He's a hockey player.
Okay.
He's been playing forever. He plays for the San Jose Sharks. He's 29 years old. He's made a lot of money, but he had to just file for bankruptcy.
Oh, that's not good when you make a lot of money.
He's still playing. Apparently, he has a gambling problem. He's also invested in a lot of terrible things. He's trying to finance a lot of people, and everything's just falling apart. Wow. And now he's debating whether or not he wants to play this season because of the COVID stuff.
Oh, man. Or, if you don't get paid, then maybe that's something you can go bankrupt and not have to lose any of that money.
I think some people are thinking that as too. It's like the debtors that are trying to get their money. Well, they can't get money from him if he's not making money.
Oh, man.
What a weird story.
There is a way to work the system when you're bad with your money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Vander Kane, good luck to you this season.
Wow.
As far as weather, 50 degrees. We've got, it's supposed to be decent out. Hopefully people's power comes back and people continue their normal day-to-day activities. And thanks to the Puget Law Group for giving us the Migs Report, and that's what's up.
I was just happy that it wasn't that cold.
No, yesterday was weird. It was like 60 degrees.
Yeah, that's why I was happy. It was like, I got up in the house this morning with no power, and I was like, well, I'm not freezing too bad. It kind of woke me up a little bit. And it was kind of fun just running around with like a little flashlight. And I was like, what would we do without our iPhones? Really, our cell phones are our everything's.
We'd use flashlights.
Well, but you got it right there. Your phone's right next to you. It's so convenient.
Do you keep a flashlight kind of in your drawer in your bedroom?
I have a flashlight in another room that I got to use my phone to get to. And then I use the flashlight because I don't want to kill my phone because I need my phone for something more important than a flashlight, don't I? When I think about it.
Next to what rhymes with a flashlight? I'm kidding.
Oh, no, that only comes out during earthquakes.
Fair.
Yeah. Because if I'm shaking... Wow. Did that happen? Okay.
It did.
Good morning, everybody.
Well, go Seahawks, man.
Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah. I love that. And he's a great person. We wish him well in the future, but we just sent his ass to the curb. The dismissal letters are always so lame.
Well, did you see the Russell Wilson tweet? He said, Shoddy, I'm grateful for how much you meant to me over the past 3 years. God bless me with you. And we won a lot of games, threw a lot of touchdowns, and had a blast in meetings and in our Bible studies. The best days are ahead for you. Go be great. God first. Love. 3.
Well, I can see that, especially if he's into the same religious situation that he is, because he talked about Bible studies. Then you know what? They had a big friendship beyond just the.
Absolutely.
So even though people aren't the right fit, you can still when it comes to the job, you can still dig the guy. And like I said, he let Russ throw the ball more, which I think Russ was digging.
Yeah.
So and Russ got paid. Didn't Russ get paid while Shoddy was the coach? Didn't that when he signed his big contract when Schottenheimer was our coach?
I feel like it was.
So I think you got a lot of love for that guy for a lot of reasons, man. So,
When Russ is very emotional because he just realized he will never get to throw a ball again.
Aww. I think Russell's, but the older you get, it's like, if I don't throw a ball again, but my ass isn't on the carpet every 5 seconds because I get to hand it off, okay, maybe that's a trade-off. I'm telling you, the older you get, I think the more you go, you know what, let somebody else take care of this nonsense. Number 99 can suck it.
Hey, a quick thing. Let's make sure we thank a lineman today, not an offensive lineman in football, but the people that are taking care of all of our power. They're the reason why your power comes back on after storms like this. Be patient. Those guys are busting their ass.
That's true. I mean, when you've got, according to Como News, 500,000 people without power, the linemen are busting ass. I will always have a lot of love for linemen because when we had an ice storm in Rochester, New York in the 90s, they came out and they had to hook up my house because the ice just destroyed the lines from my house. So I was one of the last people ever to get power because
but thanks to that we have Sarah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Sarah is an ice storm baby. Sorry, Joe. Just think, Joe, if there was no ice storm, you may be an only child,
and all that money would be going to you.
Oh, man, I forgot. I could have got it all.
He could have got it all. But you know what, Joe? He went and got his lottery tickets. He got the Powerball.
Well, one of them didn't win yesterday because now it's even more again.
Yeah, it's up to $750 million right now. I didn't even check my ticket yet.
Well, which one did you do? Did you do the one that shows up on Saturdays or Wednesdays?
I did the Mega Millions one that I think drew yesterday.
Oh, we didn't win. And that's the only one we don't have. We don't have any skin in the Saturday game.
We do. We got skin in the Powerball drawing. Whatever the next one that is.
I think it's Saturdays. I could be wrong, but
it's tonight.
Oh, it's tonight. Never mind.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Mega Millions is on Tuesdays and Fridays, and the Powerball's on Wednesdays and Saturdays.
That's what it is.
Mm-hmm. Oh, all right, Joe. Well, listen, check your ticket. You might have won something.
Yeah. Well, half our ticket's dead for the big pot, but the other one can still win. What, $500 million?
Yeah, 550 somewhere around there.
Yeah. I guess that's okay.
Yeah, 550.
Just don't work with a Vander Kane when you want to handle your money.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yesterday, Steve did get this one wrong.
How many Grammys did Hootie and the Blowfish win?
6.
No.
9.
No.
5.
No.
4?
No.
Surprisingly, it was only 2. I really felt like they just cleaned up that year.
They were robbed.
You want a shot at beating Steve? You got it. 206-421-ROCK. We're playing Beat Migs at 6:50 on The Rock.
Today's podcast is brought to you by bankruptcy attorney Travis Gagne, who's ready to answer your questions about bankruptcy. Travis, is it true that if you filed for bankruptcy once, you can't file again?
Even if you filed bankruptcy before, you can almost certainly file bankruptcy again. Different types of bankruptcies have different time limits between filings. In Chapter 7, full bankruptcy, you can only file Chapter 7 once every 8 years. However, you can almost always file a Chapter 13 case. Chapter 13 cases can be filed immediately following a Chapter 7. They can be filed immediately following a prior Chapter 13 case. Chapter 13 is a reorganization plan, so there will be some type of monthly payment, but it's based on your budget and your ability to afford that payment. So Chapter 13 is an option in almost all cases, even with a prior bankruptcy filing.
Thanks, Travis. If you have more questions about bankruptcy, you can reach out to Travis anytime at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com. Thanks for listening.
New on Curiosity Stream. With superior armies comes superior weapons. How has innovation mechanized the battlefield? From bullets to battleships and everything in between. It's machinery of warfare. Plus, from the gross to the gourmet. See how that in-flight meal lands on your tray table. On secrets of your airline food. It's all on Curiosity Stream. Annual plans are $20, just $1.67 a month. Visit curiositystream.com.
Spend less time in the laundry room and more time doing the things you love. Introducing the Samsung Smart Top Load Laundry Pair, now available at Lowe's. The washer's large capacity means you can fit more in every load. Plus, its super speed setting washes a full load in only 28 minutes. Shop the smart washer that will streamline laundry day, backed by Lowe's Price Promise. Based on using super speed on a normal cycle with an 8-pound load, terms apply. See Lowe's.com/price promise for details. U.S. only.